Hi, here we are going to see the use of function in JavaScript. Consider that I want to add two numbers. What we need to do? We need to have two variables. I'm creating two variables, var x and var y. I'm providing some value to these variables. I want to calculate sum var. I'm providing some variable name equal to sum equal to x plus y. Okay, and I can do console.log. So we got the output, right? Think that I need this particular computation logic need in multiple places. So what we can do? We can create that as a function. In order to create a function, we can use keyword function, name of the function, something. I provide add some name, whatever name you like, and this is a function syntax. Okay, function, name of the function, bracket. Inside the bracket, we can provide what are the input required for the function, and this is the body of the function. I'm copying this particular content and pasting inside this. Okay, now if you run this file, save, we didn't get any output, right? We have created a function, but we haven't called that, right? We need to invoke the function. In order to invoke the function, we need to use function name bracket that will execute the logic inside this. Okay, now I have invoked the function. Now save. Now this particular line execute this particular logic, right? Now here I have hard coded the values. So what we can do, I want to pass certain values to this particular function. In order to do that, I can delete this and I can provide that as a value x comma y. Okay, now I can pass some value to that function. This, so I'm passing some value to this particular function. 10 get assigned to x and 40 get assigned to y. Okay, now if you run this, we get the output 50. So we can call this particular function n number of times. So I have executed same function 3 times, right? So with a different value. If you want a particular computation logic that need to be invoked passing different values, we can do like this. In JavaScript, function is also considered as a object. That means you can assign, I have a variable something like logic. Okay, logic equal to add. That means logic is a variable. To that variable I can assign a function. Okay, here we have a function. That function can be assigned to a variable logic. Okay, that means I can call logic with value 10 comma some value, right? So this is equivalent to calling logic is referring to add is a function. So logic, if you provide like this, we are calling this add function. Okay, so we can assign a function to a variable. Okay, so function is also considered as data in JavaScript. So you can pass function as a value to another function if needed. Okay, in JavaScript, function can be used for creating object. Okay, that means how do I create an object? I want to create a student object. Student has ID, value, name, Tom. Okay, so I want to create student object. Consider that here I have created a single object, right? I want to have a structure for this student object creation. Okay, I can use function. That means I can do function, maybe student. Okay, student need an ID and name, right? And here this dot ID equal to ID name. So if you want to create a student object, I can do something like or s1 equal to new student. We need to pass ID something and name like Tom. Okay, we can create another student, new student, maybe with another ID and name is Peter. Okay, so here we use function to create object. So here we have to use new student. Basically, this is equivalent to creating some function like I'm just copying this thing. Okay, just to demo, this is equivalent to somewhat equivalent to a function. Here we are creating an object, okay, an empty object. To that particular object, we are setting ID, we are setting name and returning object. Okay, so this particular thing is equivalent to this thing. Okay, here, so if you are using this particular way, we have no need to use new, but this is actually a shorthand form for doing that. Actually, it is implicitly here, it is implicitly creating the object and returning that. Okay, these two steps are not required here. Okay, so instead of that, we have to just use new. So if you do like that, it will create an object. Okay, empty object like this, and these values are set to that particular object. Okay, so I hope you got some idea about how to use function keyword to create object. In order to do that, we have to use new keyword and call the function. I hope you got some idea. Thanks for watching this.